Tibet is a land where perhaps the harshness has created mystery. From legends to Buddhist philosophy, people to cultural identity, it all has a strong appeal, attracting thousands of tourists yearly. Tibet is a legendary place, where for centuries, the indigenous people have believed that people do not die, they are only reincarnated into a new world. Tibet is a tourist destination and a profound discovery of culture, nature, and spirituality. Tibet is an excellent choice if you are looking for a special and different experience. To make your journey of discovering Tibet easy and complete, let strange distant land accompany you in conquering this mysterious land. Nestled in the majestic Himalayas, Tibet is also known as the roof of the world. Tibet is a magical destination where magnificent natural beauty blends with spiritual depth and unique culture. As the largest autonomous region in China, Tibet is pristine, quiet, and mysterious, creating a sense of serenity and preciousness for anyone who sets foot here every moment. Tibet has many mysteries that make tourists from all over the world want to explore. The first mystery is the burial customs. This is the most famous and gruesome form of burial in the world. Tibetans believe that after death, the human body is just a corpse, and vultures are sacred animals here. Performing the sky burial ritual is considered as Buddha feeding his body to a ferocious tiger to avoid harming other creatures. Burial is the most common form of burial in Tibet, a way for people to offer their bodies to heaven and earth for the last time, allowing their souls to ascend and be reborn. Sky burial is usually applied to ordinary people or the wealthy. In the basic form of sky burial, a commoner's body is taken to the mountains and left for vultures to find. For rich people, the body is washed, wrapped in white cloth, and the lamas pray to help the soul escape from hell. This form of burial also comes partly from the natural conditions in Tibet. This is a cold, mountainous region, so burial under hard, cold rocks is impossible. Cremation is even more difficult because wood and fuel are very scarce. Sky burial represents the belief that the body should not be preserved but used to serve other life forms, especially birds, mainly vultures. It is a final act of charity, bringing merit to the deceased, helping their soul to be released more quickly. Sky burial does not harm living beings, does not use coffins, and does not cremate, by the Buddhist principles of compassion and non-killing. The next thing that shows the strangeness of Tibetan culture is polyandry. Polyandry, a form of marriage in which a woman has multiple husbands, was once a unique feature of traditional Tibetan society. The practice is rare in the world, but was common in some remote areas of the Tibetan plateau in the past and persisted until the 20th century, before gradually disappearing under the influence of China's modernizing policies and laws. What is polyandry? In ancient Tibetan society, polyandry often followed the model of brothers taking one wife. Many brothers in a family lived together and married one woman. This is called brotherly polyandry. Perhaps, Tibet is the only land in the world where polyandry is still practiced, where girls marry from 2 to 5 husbands, all of whom are brothers in the same family. The origin of this custom is that brothers sharing one wife will help the family to be more harmonious, avoid conflicts, and divide land and property. Specifically, if a girl marries a boy from another family, his younger brothers must marry that girl. The eldest brother will be the pillar of the family, the main husband after the parents die. However, if the eldest brother has to leave home, the younger brother will take his place to care for the family and his common wife. For children born from such polyandrous families, there will be no distinction between who is the father. The eldest brother often takes on the father role. The younger brothers are called uncles. Due to harsh living conditions and limited arable land, this custom has helped Tibetans maintain their lives and ensure social order. Due to improved living conditions and active government propaganda, this custom has gradually been eliminated, surviving only in some remote areas isolated from modern society. Not stopping there, Tibet is also home to mountains considered the most mysterious in the world. It is believed that Mount Kailash is the center of the world. Located in Kulon County, Tibet, China, resembles a pyramid and is bathed in light all year round. This sacred mountain has been a destination for pilgrims and mountain explorers since ancient times, but no one has yet climbed to the top. The secrets hidden within can reveal the mysteries of the universe. This place is known as the Sacred Mountain because of its beauty and sacredness, and because it contains many mysterious and strange phenomena. Most notable are the mysterious numbers on Mount Kailash, which have a surprising connection to the ruins of ancient civilizations such as the pyramids and Stonehenge. Some even believe these numbers imply that Mount Kailash can distort time and space. Is this true? Or is it just a coincidence? According to geographers, the height of Mount Kailash will vary from year to year, but the average is 6.666 meters. The distance from Stonehenge to Mount Kailash is 6.666 kilometers. However, Kailash is also 6.666 kilometers from the North Pole. At the same time, the distance from Kailash to the South Pole is exactly twice this distance. That is, 13.332 kilometers. This may be a coincidence, but what happened next may not be a coincidence. There are two famous pyramids worldwide: the Pyramid of Mexico and the Pyramid of Khufu. The puzzling thing is that the distance between the Pyramid of Mexico and the Pyramid of Khufu is 3 times the distance from the Pyramid of Khufu to Kailash. The distance from Kailash to Easter Island is precisely 3 times the length of Stonehenge. After observation and speculation, some people believe that the top of Mount Kailash is a pyramid. They think that it is the remains of ancient civilizations. So, is Mount Kailash the center of the Earth? Does it have the power to distort time and space? There are still no definitive answers to these questions, but the experiences of some explorers and pilgrims may provide some clues. According to mythology, Mount Kailash is the axis of the earth or the ladder to heaven, where heaven and earth meet. In Hinduism, Mount Kailash is considered the abode of Lord Shiva. Buddhists believe that Buddha once lived here. Mount Kailash, located more than 1.000 kilometers west of Lhasa, the capital of Tibet, is a majestic red rock mountain that towers above the surrounding mountains. Its magical shape is a Buddhist symbol, mandala, meaning a miniature universe, also represents the convergence of blessings and wisdom. The southern mountain body has many flat rock layers, forming a staircase that can lead to heaven. Mount Kailash is also considered the center of the world in the hearts of followers of religions such as Buddhism, Bautism, Hinduism, and Jainism. This sacred land cannot be arbitrarily violated. Nestled in the heart of the peaceful Himalayas, Tibet, also known as the last untouched Buddhist land in the world, attracts millions of spiritual believers who want to come here to explore on their Tibet travel itinerary, where visitors can immerse themselves in the sacred space of ancient temples and majestic mountains. Every step of the journey of discovery brings charm and mystery. The architectural wonders of Tibet are demonstrated through the beauty of ancient temples, which form an inseparable part of the Tibet travel experience. With unique and sophisticated architecture, temples in Tibet are places of worship and prayer and symbols of rich culture and religion, giving visitors mystical spiritual experiences here. Visitors will come across ancient temples with unique architecture along the valleys and on the towering peaks of the Himalayas. From the bright red flagpoles of the Jokhang Temple in the capital city of Lhasa to the breathtaking beauty of the Potala Temple, each temple is an architectural wonder. Entering each temple, visitors will experience a sacred and solemn space. Every architectural detail, such as pillars, doors, and bell towers, reflects the people's respect and devotion to their beliefs. The sparkling gold brick walls, meticulous patterns on the walls, exquisite landscape paintings, and Buddhist images create a beautiful picture of mystery and sacredness. Visiting these ancient temples is a journey to learn about the art of architecture and witness and feel the sacredness and purity on the Tibet travel journey that no other place can bring. Tibet, known as the world's last unconquered Buddhist Holy Land, is where the essence of Buddhism is clearly expressed through the convergence of faith and religion. Every year, millions of devotees and tourists from all over the world flock to Tibet to experience not only the stunning natural beauty but also the spiritual essence of this place. The Potala Palace is an architectural wonder that has stood as a symbol of Tibetan culture and history for centuries, making it the most popular tourist destination in Tibet. Located on the slopes of Marri, also known as Red Mountain, northwest of Lhasa, the Potala Palace is a must-see destination for most visitors to Tibet. The Potala Palace was built in 637 by King Songtsen Gampo. It was later rebuilt in 1645 by the 5th Dalai Lama, and since then, the Potala Palace has been the residence of the Dalai Lama, making it one of the most sacred sites in Tibet. UNESCO also recognizes the palace as a World Cultural Heritage. The palace also houses many valuable works of art. These include Buddha statues, antiques, and murals. Among them, the murals on the walls of the Potala Palace depict essential events in Tibetan history and stories about the lives of previous Dalai Lamas. Despite the development of Lhasa city in recent decades, Potala Palace still stands out in the cityscape with its ancient and majestic appearance. have admired the beauty and mystery of the sacred Mount Kailash and the Potala Palace. Next, there is another excellent place in Tibet that you cannot miss. That is Yamdrak Lake. For Chinese Tibetans, Yamdrak Yongguo, Namso, and Manasarovar are three sacred lakes with many mysteries. It is believed that these lakes gave birth to Tibetan life. One of these lakes is Yamdrak Yongguo, a jade-colored natural treasure on the Shannan Plateau. Yamdrak Lake is 90 kilometers west of Gyeongsi and more than 100 kilometers northeast of the Tibetan capital Lhasa. According to local mythology, Yamdrak Lake was created by a goddess. Yamdrak Lake is like a fairyland. The blue sky contrasts with the lake, and the short grass and trees are crowded on both sides of the shore. Occasionally, a few yaks and sheep pass by. Yamdrak means turquoise lake in Tibetan. The name is associated with the striking turquoise color of this still lake. Perhaps the color is related to an event that occurred a few million years ago, when an avalanche combined with mud and rocks filled the river mouth connecting to the lake, turning it into a natural stagnant lake. Can let go of all worries and fatigue. All will be blown away by the wind, leaving only the silence and the calm lake surface. Looking up is the deep blue sky. Looking down are pebbles and moss-covered rocks by the lake. Yamdrak Lake is as vast as heaven on earth. Yamdrak Lake has been mentioned in Tibetan folk songs. Today, there are still piles of mani by the lake. This is an ancient ritual used by herders to bring good luck and ward off evil spirits. compared to other places. Tibet is one of the few sacred places not affected by industrialization, thanks to which Yamdrok Lake has retained its most sacred pristine state. Around the lake is a winding path as soft as a scarf. By the lake are small piles of stones that believers have placed when they make a pilgrimage here. The Tibet trip is over, but the echoes still resonate. I found a part of myself in the snow-capped Himalayas, in the vastness that seemed to reach the blue sky. Every colorful temple, every gentle gaze of the locals, every prayer wheel spinning in the wind seemed to whisper a story of a sacred and mysterious land. Tibet was not just a destination, but a soul-stirring experience. A journey of discovering the majestic nature and finding inner peace. When I left, I took with me beautiful photos, raw emotions, and a deep gratitude for having set foot on the roof of that magical world. After watching this video, if you like the content of exploring mysterious places, then you will. Please subscribe to the channel and follow Strange Distant Land to receive our latest videos. Wishing everyone a lot of joy and happiness. Sincerely. Say goodbye and see you again.